Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and it's time for my client Brett's vlogs. And in keeping with a theme I've been discussing when I'm doing in my own training, more of my clients realizing that I've gone to 3 day a week and I have successful clients who do 3 day a week. More of my guys have said, "Hey, can I do that? Right? Can I do that? I can totally make gains doing that." I'm like, "Yes, absolutely," because it's particularly Isaac has really demonstrated that for a lot of my lifters, and Brett has gotten really busy, can really only train 3 days a week. So we decided to go over to, a squat bench deadlift setup, uh, getting that orc mode going. And with some of this, you guys will notice I'm going to start adjusting the percentages and the way we do peak sets. Again, based upon my own observations and what I think people need when we really understand the way some of these 3 week waves with 5-3-1 work and how they can be programmed along the same lines they're doing, but to get better maximum strength, since we do so much hypertrophy work anyways. And it kind of falls back to what I've always done with conjugate, in that we do relatively low reps and then we do a lot of pump work. And that's always worked well. You guys see Emma, you see people like that who are successful on that. And this is going to fall more in line with that. But for a little while, some of these guys, I'm going to keep them on 5-3-1 blocks, and then I'm going to start adjusting them heavier to where we're going to do 3-2-1, and to do the finals is 1+ each week. And I think if we keep training maxes very careful, I think this is a very, very workable system. And I can assess increases on the training maxes based upon that. Now, Brett had a good week here. Again, PR, he got 330 for 7 on the back squat. He gets a lot of depth. All right, 330 for 7. So his squat is coming up. It's coming up nicely now. Okay, this means that we're past at least a 400 squat again. Again, keeping in mind his detraining. Now his deadlifts, I think we're getting close to 600 again now. To be perfectly honest, we're very, very close to 600 again. And we may be hitting, 600 for a non-max, possibly within the next 6 to 9 weeks for him. All right, there's actual training numbers. And then, of course, we do 5x10 back off work, which is going to be something I really am going to push with this system, the importance of our squat, bench, and deadlift, of getting volume work in after our heavy work. And I really think that's the way to go. I've had great luck with it. A lot of my lifters, we've had great luck with it. And that's my one issue with the 5-3-1 system, is that the boring but big is the best template. Nothing else in that system compares with it. And it really comes down to running 3-week waves based upon appropriate training maxes for heavy work, and then that 5x10 back off. Okay, that is really, I believe, the beauty of the system. That's why I think it works. So what do his leg days look like at the moment? And I'm going to start adjusting some of this a little bit for some of these guys. I may take them over to where we do posterior chain work, like the glute ham raises only on deadlift days. But for now, some of these guys I'm working with doing it on leg days. So he's doing, for now, heavy peak set of squats. We do 5x10 back squats, does 5x10 belt squats, and then he does 5 sets of 10 on the glute ham raise. Roughly 5 sets of 10. We're kind of working with the different settings that we have available. And so again, ends up being, 15 sets for lower body. Some of that's going to be subject to change for some of these guys. All right, so in the future, I may shift some of that back over. And some of it's going to depend on, how much bicep work do we really think that they need. And again, some of these guys like doing curls, so I keep their curls in. I don't think they're necessary. I think if we do chins for 5 sets every week with enough other pull-ups and stuff, I think biceps are more than adequately stimulated. Really, for strength purposes, our efforts need to be in triceps, right? Because biceps actually have the lowest volume threshold when we look at it in studies. Out of most of the upper body muscles, their volume threshold is actually fairly low. Triceps and quads tend to be fairly high. This is kind of just looking at some of the data that's looked at it. In other words, they can handle a little more volume and recover easier. Biceps don't recover as easily as people think they do. And it's fascinating that people want to hammer them so hard, with so much volume. Right? His benching went great. I think it was 270. I think it was 270 today, and I believe he got 5 reps. Now, keeping in mind Brent prefers to close grip bench, part of me wants to go back to that because I've been stronger at it, but I'm going to stick out my wider grip benching. I think I need to stick it out for a bit, bring my chest up, and then if close grip is still stronger, then I'll compete close grip. But I think the wider grip builds more muscle. In Brett's case, though, look, he likes triceps. He likes having the big arms. And he prefers, closer grip benching. He's just always been more comfortable with it. So that's what we do. And we make it work. So what does his bench days look like? Well, the same thing. We do our peak sets and we do 5x10 back off. He does pull-ups, dips, and then some tricep extensions. Now, it comes up to me, people say, well, how come you don't do dips? Because they aggravate my shoulders slightly. For him, they don't. So that's a hell of a combination, right? If we want to build his close grip bench, we do close grip bench, we do dips, and then we do, band press downs right now. I can always take that over to dumbbell work. I can take it over to laying extensions with an easy bar. We have other options if we want to rotate movements a little bit. But, again, this works for him. And again, it ends up giving him only one upper body pressing day, but that's all that we need. Because if you look at the volumes here, it's like 11 quality sets of pressing. We're inside of our optimal growth window. We're in the optimal range. And then he does, the band press downs to finish off triceps. Completely workable. Deadlifts, he was on fire this week, but he told me at the end, hey, as I was trying to get home last night, from flying and everything, took 2 different trips in the last week. That's why I had a deload week and everything. He's like, hey, they just destroyed me. He got 495 for 7, which again, we're closing in back on a 600 deadlift real fast. 495 for 7. And he's just like, I was just destroyed. Is it okay if I just skip the rest of the workout? And it's like, yeah, that's fine. We can skip it this time. He got pull-ups and other stuff in for his lats and biceps this week. He got them in. It'll be okay. But yeah, 495 for 7. We're getting up there. Now, I don't want him to do that for long because we need that volume work. He needs that volume deadlifting. But again, he was pretty fatigued from the week. He's been doing a lot of extra cardio and everything at this point in his bulk. And to rebuild, he's been adding more and more cardio. So we're playing a little bit of a balancing act with, his conditioning and his work capacity in the gym. But he's making progress training only 3 days a week. The deadlifts and stuff are still climbing. Squats are climbing. Bench is climbing. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys next time.